Cowboys a Super Bowl team?
Yes, they are a Super Bowl team. Now, I'm going to tread lightly with you because I've tried for thousands and thousands of times to make you understand how precious these Dallas Cowboys are. And I say precious because it could go both ways with them, but they are special. And this is how precious and special this team is. Let's go through this imagination exercise, shall we? I got one team sitting here. They won 4 games. And I got another team sitting here. They won 12 games. If you had to bet your life, which team could make the Super Bowl the next year after winning 4 games or 12 games, which one would you bet?
12 wins, sir.
Oh, God. That 4-win team was the Cincinnati Bengals that end up making it to the Super Bowl the next year after winning 4 games. The Dallas Cowboys won 12 games last year. Who knows? Maybe the same thing happened in Cincinnati can happen in Dallas in terms of that graduation. But it will be even easier for these Dallas Cowboys because they're uberly talented. #1 offense in the entire NFL with some dead weight now gone from that offense. I am not talking back. See, I knew your face. I knew your face.
Wait a second. We don't need these highlights.
Oh, you want to get them off? You want to get your face on there?
What?
You want to get back on the field? Amari Cooper regressed. You know Amari Cooper regressed
Sir,
every
you
single
said
year.
dead weight, sir.
That's dead weight.
You said dead weight. 900 receiving yards is not dead weight. The third leading
First of all,
receiver
it
on
was
the team
900. It was 900. Keep going.
800 plus receiving yards
sounds a
is
little
dead
different.
weight.
Okay.
The third leading receiver on the team is not dead weight.
Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is. And when the #1 receiver can't get #1 receiver opportunities because others in perception are in his way.
Sir, he was getting #1 receiver
Okay, you know what?
opportunities.
Dead weight is excessive. That's hyperbole.
Thank you, it is.
But they're going to be better without him. Let's just say that, okay? And they were #1 offense with him being third option. If you get up out the way, #1 perception, #3 reality. Can you get up out the way so we can do this right? Tony Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott is another situation. You played in the league. I can't believe you don't even understand this, and I know you do. How many times have you been on the sideline and be like, yo, it's some better players over here for us than is on that field right now. The best 11 don't always play. There are other dynamics in business, et cetera, contract status, et cetera. All I'm saying is the Dallas Cowboys are going to get 2 positions that they were already #1 in the league in, all clear the path. Dallas Cowboys lost a game at home to the San Francisco 49ers on the last play of the game, despite really getting washed most of that game. Those same 49ers beat the Green Bay Packers, which were the #1 seed. You got to respect that these Dallas Cowboys are this close. And in the 3rd year in the system with Dak Prescott, it's going to be the same magic Mike McCarthy created in the 3rd year with Aaron Rodgers in his system. I'm betting on the Dallas Cowboys being a Super Bowl team just because it's a smarter bet than betting on a 4-win team that ended up being a Super Bowl team. You're mad.
I'm offended. I'm not mad. I'm offended. I'm a little disappointed, but I'm not mad. The Cowboys are not a Super Bowl team because they don't have a Super Bowl coach. Now, I understand what you're saying.
What?
Acho, how dare you say they don't have a Super Bowl coach when Mike McCarthy literally won a Super Bowl?
Oh, my.
But think about this, Sel.
Go.
No NFL coach has ever won a Super Bowl on 2 different teams. No NFL head coach ever done that.
None?
None.
Wow.
Think about this even more so, Sel. You have 13 NFL coaches that have won multiple Super Bowls, have won more than one. Mike McCarthy already won one, so for him to win another, that would make multiple. 13 NFL coaches have won multiple Super Bowls, but no coach has had more than 1 losing season in between the Super Bowls.
Did you?
Meanwhile, Mike McCarthy had a losing season in 2017, 2018, 2020. So what you are telling me is that the Dallas Cowboys are a Super Bowl team, even though they don't have a Super Bowl coach.
Oh,
no coach. None.
Stop that.
Not Belichick. Not nobody. Pete Carroll.
Not nobody.
Tomlin. And now, mind you, they didn't even have to switch teams. Yeah. But no coach has won a Super Bowl on 2 different teams as a head man. And you're telling me Mike McCarthy's going to do so? Here's why that stat doesn't exist. If you that great a coach, you wouldn't get fired.
You ain't going nowhere. Or quit. Not just fired. Some of them quit. Bill Cowher.
Sure.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't get fired. Bill Belichick. Patriots not firing him.
Yeah, good.
Even after Tom Brady and you go to Mac Jones. Pete Carroll. Seahawks not firing him. What'd they do instead? We're going to get rid of maybe the greatest Seahawk of all time. Pete, you can stay. Russell, you got to go. Mike Tomlin, Man, you found a way to win 8 games with Devlin Duck Hodges, with Landry Jones, with Mason Rudolph. You not getting fired. Big Ben, appreciate you. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get up out of here. Tomlin, you good. But Mike McCarthy.
What?
Hey, big dog. After one bad season with Aaron Rodgers hurt, you got to go.
Oh.
So with that being said, Sel, the Cowboys don't have a Super Bowl coach. And as a result, they don't have a Super Bowl team.
That's not fair. That's not fair to Mike McCarthy. First of all, you got anything in this world you accomplish, let's keep that. Let's cement that. Like your diplomas, like your Emmys,
Cemented.
like him winning a Super Bowl. He's a Super Bowl champion head coach. But
Past tense.
well, they all past tense.
tense.
Every single one you're going to name is past tense. The next one is the next one. And right now, they're all past tense. The game was yesterdays ago. That's the point. So here we go. I'm a big fan of Freakonomics. Make you think counterintuitively about things, right? You got to look at it differently, right? And it's crazy if I look at this. He was fired from the Green Bay Packers. Except, what's the one team in the NFL that doesn't have an owner? The Green Bay Packers. They got 47 owners of a committee. Basically, everybody meet at Walmart in Green Bay on a random Sunday before the game. Talking about, yeah, what we gonna do? Oh, we gonna pay Aaron Rodgers $150 million. Man, he old as hell. So what? We ain't got nothing. Oh, we're not gonna get him any receivers, but we're gonna pay him $150 million. So what? Like, the Green Bay Packers, everyone always says how well ran the organization is. Yeah, quarterback, y'all had 2 great quarterbacks in 30 years, but everything else kind of been weird. Ask Clay Matthews and others about how that thing went down. Anyway. Let's not use that against Mike McCarthy. I don't know if they know which way is up sometimes upstairs. Here's the thing that I love about Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy took his sabbatical. He took his hiatus. And he came back. He said, I'm going to land on America's team. Now, you made the great point of most Super Bowl winning coaches just stay still.
Yes, sir.
Right? And none of them get fired, and some of them just quit. Right? But there's always a first. And especially in 2022, where I see all across, even the NFL, first woman team president, first black team, that first a lot in our society today. You trying to tell me there will never be a coach that leaves one franchise and goes to another and wins one, especially when they're as rich in resources and talent as the Dallas Cowboys.
Glad you went there.
Oh.
There will always be a first in anything.
Yes.
Track and field. We've recently seen Fred Curley, an amazing American sprinter, first person to run sub 9.8 in the 100 meters. That's 100 meters in under 9.8 seconds, while simultaneously running a sub 20-second 200 meter, while also being capable of running a sub 44-second 400 meter. It's amazing.
Killer.
We saw Obama be the first black president. Kamala Harris be the first black woman that's a vice president. All these firsts.
Yeah.
But what do all the firsts have in common? They were incredibly talented and overachievers. Now, do you look at Mike McCarthy and say, you're sure to be a first at something. You're so incredibly gifted that you're going to, Mike McCarthy, Mike McCarthy, are going to be the one that's going to be the first coach of all the coaches in the history of coaching. You're going to be the first coach that's going to win 2 Super Bowls with 2 different teams. Mind you, you're going to bring the Dallas Cowboys the Super Bowl, even though they haven't won one in 27 years. Mike McCarthy, you are just so talented that of all the coaches that have ever attempted it, it's going to be you, Mike McCarthy. No, Mike McCarthy is not Bill Belichick. He's not, sir. And that is the mistake that so many of us are making.
Yeah, you are making a mistake right now. Labeling this man like this. Yes, I'm cutting you off on purpose because you made a mistake. Fred Curley, you wanted to bring him up, shall we? He was not an overachiever. Fred Curley started off in that.
You do.
No, now, don't try and jump me because I'm about to jump you unless we're going to fight. Here we go. Fred Curley, admit this, was a 400-meter runner.
Yes, sir.
And everybody said, great 400-meter runner. Maybe not world record beater, but great. He was right there, tier 1.5.
Tier 1.
Yeah, tier 1.
College record holder.
I'm talking about Michael Johnson. Was you going to go get Michael Johnson's record? Most people said no. I know why they said no.
Of course.
Because Fred Curley said no. He said, let me drop down. Let me drop down to 200, 4.2. He did 4.2 for a while. And then he said, out of thin air, I'm going to run the 100. And I remember every track purist and pundit said, you can't run the 400 and then expect to compete at the 100. Guess what he's greater at now, y'all? The 100 than the 400. But Achos of the world, Achos of the world told him, you can't do it. Just like you're telling Mike McCarthy, you can't do it. You can't win. Maybe I can, Adrian. That's the point. I don't know why you are trying to label a guy who's already done it and trying to remix it and say now he can't do it.
Because Mike McCarthy is average as grits as a coach. Coach. That's why.
They don't win
Mike
chips.
McCarthy won a chip in 2010
That ain't
at
average,
age
bro.
47.
Where yours at? Where mine at?
Since then, Mike McCarthy had 8 more seasons in Green Bay, and he won 2 games, 2 of them outside the wild card round. They were against one team, one of them, the Dallas Cowboys. Mike McCarthy is average as grits right now as a head coach. He's good enough to keep you 10 wins, 12 wins, 8 wins, but he's not going to take you to the promised land.
Okay.
You know that as well as I know that. I will applaud Mike McCarthy for what he did in yesteryear, but I'm not going to sit there and laud him now. Here's what I can't stand about this logic. In everything, literally everything, there's an expiration date. I can't hold up this bottle of water because it might be endorsement. I got a bottle of water here down here on my desk. It even has an expiration date. We know that LeBron James's ability has an expiration date. We know that Aaron Rodgers' talent has an expiration date. Heck, presidents now, you can only run 2 terms. Back in the gap, you could run 4 of them, now 2 of them, expiration date.
Yeah.
Everything got an expiration date. So too does head coaching ability.
Wow.
So if everything has an expiration date, why then, Sel, don't you think Mike McCarthy's date has expired? Water can go bad. Everything can go bad. I'm sure oxygen can go bad if you breathe it long enough. Everything can go bad. Mike McCarthy has gone bad. Is he good enough to keep you 12 wins? Yes, but the question, can the Cowboys win a Super Bowl? Are the Cowboys a Super Bowl team? The Cowboys a team, I'm good with them.
Yeah.
The Cowboys coach, I just don't like him to win one, coach.
0 to 100, what is your conviction in what you just said? They can't be a Super Bowl team.
90.
It's not a 90?
90, because Mike McCarthy.
Okay, I get. Hold on a second. What's up, brother? What's up, Pete? Pete. Okay. Pete Carroll, average as grits. Ain't won a Super Bowl. Hey, Pete, when the last time you won a Super Bowl? Average as grits, right? Still tilting out there. I don't hear you talk about Pete Carroll like you do Mike McCarthy. Won their Super Bowls around the same time. Hold on. What's up, Matthew Stafford, yeah. 13 years, they said that? Oh, okay. Stafford came to L.A. Before coming to L.A., before the trade, before Cabo, what were they telling Matthew Stafford? Oh, it's a wrap, bruh. Good luck out there. How many games you winning in the postseason? Dog, we can't label this. Like I said in the last block, the most beautiful thing about pro sports is that it's an unscripted soap opera that you will be blindsided by something that can occur. The Cincinnati Bengals were in the Super Bowl. What a chance to win. What? Y'all won 4 games in 2 games. Now we're in a position where we're watching the Dallas Cowboys, 12-win team, #1 offense. Can they blossom into a Super Bowl team? In my world, yes. In your world, sounds like nah.
But so you saw it last year. That's the thing that I don't understand. Like, you saw that Mike McCarthy literally, I believe you were there, Cowboys Chargers.
Yeah.
Mike McCarthy literally nearly cost his team that game.
Yeah.
He forced his kicker to make a 52 or 54-yarder. You remember, I think it was into the end zone in which you sit. He forced his kicker to make that kick because of bad clock management. Against the 49ers in the playoffs, McCarthy, it is you who approves that last-second QB draw, and now you run out of time and cannot try to go into overtime, nor can you try to win that game on a last-play Hail Mary. Mike McCarthy has fumbled the ball, figuratively speaking, so many times as a head coach that I'm like, how are you blind to it? You've seen it last year. You saw it the year before. Atlanta Falcons, Mike McCarthy, you put your team in a hole. Now you're forcing your team to make onside kick after onside kick to win a game. Mike McCarthy, it's your fault that y'all went for 2, not 1, 2 fake punts. Put your team in a hole, and now look at you trying to climb out of it. I don't think that the Cowboys are talented enough to overcome the ineptitude of head coach Mike McCarthy.
Man, I thought that Dak's injury put him in that hole. He was trying to do everything he could to get him out. Don't you dare. You know Bill Belichick, kind of good. You ever been around Bill Belichick? Let me just say this. Don't ever go up to Bill Belichick and say 4th and 2, Indy. Oh! You think he mean now. Wait till you say that around. But everybody falls in it. Everyone steps in it. Everyone becomes that at times because you do this for a living, and it's not a perfect living. I look at it like this. The Dallas Cowboys look at their head coach like, at least you've been there. We have not been there as a collective group. Hey, Mike, it's your fault we're the number one offense. Yeah, it's your fault that we got a quarterback that's top 10 in 5 major statistical categories, the only one doing that. Yeah, it's your fault that we have a defense that has now showed up and it can play on the level with our offense. It's your fault that we got a Super Bowl talented team, but you don't think they're going to achieve that. I'm keeping my mind open, man. Maybe it could happen this year.